Hello there, how are you doing? Dichaba here. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great myself. So in this quick lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play some of the most important chords when it comes to playing the guitar, right? So this will be a two-part series. There'll be part 1 and part 2, right? So what's going to happen is, the chords that I'm referring to are the C major, the A major, the G major, the E major, and the D major chords, right? And then I'm also going to teach you the A minor chord, the E minor chord, and the D minor chord, right? So when it comes to those first ones that I mentioned, they form the word caged, right? So C-A-G-E-D, caged. And it's very important that you know those chords and you know the shapes that they make. Shapes, you see, so when I'm moving my hand like this, as you can see, it's taking on certain shapes. And even when they're drawn on diagrams, then you're going to see that there's some shapes. Sometimes it looks like an L, a diamond, you name it, right? So that's what happens with these chords, right? And another important thing that you got to know when it comes to guitar is the fingering, right? It's very important. All these fingers have names and numbers. So this one is the first finger, this one is the second finger, the third finger, and the fourth finger. And the thumb remains the thumb, right? And what's the other important thing that you gotta know? And then of course from the other lessons, just browse through the website. You're gonna know these things are called frets, and this is the first fret going all the way down to wherever your guitar ends. Either it ends on the 12th fret or on the 24th, 23rd, 21st, 22nd fret, right? So that's that. So you gotta learn how to place your fingers on these chords and memorize their shapes. They're gonna go a long way. So when it comes to guitar, shapes play a major role. So in as far as the fingerings are concerned, I have my notes written down on how to play these chords. So I'll be looking away because it's quite a mouthful. So I'm gonna spell out the C major chord, so you'll see how much of a mouthful it is. So you can rewind the video if you missed something, or just write these down and then just follow suit as to what I said, right? Or just look at a diagram or something, right? So for you to play the C major chord, you're gonna place your third finger on the third fret of the A string, and then you're gonna place your second finger on the second fret of the D string, and then you're gonna play the G string open, and then you're gonna place your first finger on the first fret of the B string, right? And then you strum everything going down like this, right? You can let the high E string ring, or you can just put your fingers beneath like this when you're strumming, or when you're plucking. Make sure only the C sounds, right? So that's the C major chord, right? And then we're gonna move to the A chord. Now when it comes to the A chord, you can just use one finger to play. So you're gonna press down on the G, you're gonna press down on the D, the G, and the B on the second fret with your first finger, right? And then you play the A string open along with the ones that you've fretted down like this. That's the A chord right there. Sounds beautiful. The A chord. And then we're gonna go on to the G major chord. So with the G major chord, this is the shape. And then what happens is that you place the second finger on the third fret of the low E string, and then you place your first finger on the second fret of the A string, and then you play the D and the G strings open, and then you place your third finger on the third fret of the high E string, and then you strum everything down. So you don't stop anything here. You play everything out. That's a beautiful chord. I think it's one of my favorite shapes. And also with your thumb, can you see how it is? You know, some videos advocate for holding your thumb out like this. I hope you can see, holding out your thumb out like this, but just allow your hand to take the shape that it takes. in most cases grip it or grab, right? So grip, or grab the guitar like this, right? We call this grip. How you grabbing the guitar, right? Play of words there. So make sure your hand takes on this shape. It's gonna come in handy, and it makes it even easier to move along the neck like this, as opposed to, right? So, but just look at the chord. It will determine how you have to have your hand, right? So this will be part 1 of this lesson, and then we'll finish the rest of the chords in the next part. Take care. Happy learning.